If tomorrow morning NASA held an emergency press conference and announced they just found a fossilized microbe on Mars, how would you react? You'd probably breathe a sigh of relief, thinking we aren't alone in the universe. Well, don't celebrate just yet. Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom stated that this would be the worst news ever printed on a newspaper cover in human history. It wouldn't be a giant leap for science. It would be a literal death sentence for our own species. If mind-bending cosmic paradoxes like this keep you awake, make sure to gently hit that subscribe button. Since we first looked up at the stars, humanity has been obsessed with one question: are we alone? We've poured billions of dollars into massive space telescopes and sent probes wandering into the void, carrying golden records with greetings in 55 languages, begging for someone to pick up the phone. But the brutal truth in this cosmic game of survival is that no news is good news. The deafening silence of the stars, that empty and freezing night sky, is exactly what's keeping you and me alive right now. Because if the universe can so easily create life, then why is nobody out there? Welcome to humanity's most terrifying problem, the Great Filter. To understand this filter, we must go back to a summer day in 1950. Nobel-winning physicist Enrico Fermi asked a simple question that has haunted astronomers for over 7 decades. Where is everybody? Look at the sheer math. In our Milky Way alone, there are roughly 400 billion stars. According to the Drake equation, even applying the most pessimistic estimates, if only a microscopic fraction of stars have Earth-like planets, and an even tinier fraction spark life, this galaxy should still harbor tens of thousands of advanced civilizations. By all logic, the night sky should be ablaze with stellar megastructures, and our solar system should be flooded with daily radio signals from alien empires. But what is the reality? Not a single signal, not a single trace, just a dead, deafening silence. This glaring contradiction between math and reality forces us to face a spine-chilling hypothesis. In 1998, economist Robin Hanson introduced the ultimate cosmic villain, the Great Filter. Hansen argued that the evolutionary path from inorganic chemicals to a spacefaring empire is a brutal 9-step ladder of life and death. It spans from DNA formation to single-celled organisms, complex life, intelligence, and finally space colonization. Yet that silent sky is ruthless proof. Somewhere on those steps stands an invisible, impenetrable wall, a filter with near impossible difficulty that wipes out 99.99% of civilizations that touch it. The universe isn't a cozy nursery, it's a massive survival filter. And the terrifying question dictating the fate of 8 billion humans right now is this: is that wall already in our rearview mirror, or is it waiting ahead, smirking at us? The first scenario, and perhaps the most hopeful one, is that we are already safe. That invisible wall of death is billions of years behind us, and humanity is one of the rare, perhaps the only, survivors in the entire Milky Way. But what does that actually mean for us? It implies that one of our past evolutionary steps was ridiculously, impossibly hard. Take a look at eukaryotogenesis. For about 2 billion years, Earth was nothing but a planetary soup of boring, single-celled bacteria. Then, the most astronomical freak accident occurred. One bacterium swallowed another, but instead of digesting it, they actually merged. They began generating energy together, and from that single, impossible fluke, all complex life, every plant, animal, and human walking the Earth today, was born. The odds of this biological anomaly happening are so microscopic, you would have a better chance of flipping a quarter and getting heads 1 billion times in a row. If this freak accident was the Great Filter, then the reason the night sky is silent is that the universe is truly empty. There are no grand alien empires out there. We simply hit the ultimate cosmic lottery. We are the only way for this dead, freezing universe to finally perceive itself. That profound, crushing loneliness is just the price of our survival. But wait, what if we are not the chosen ones? What if sparking complex life isn't an incredibly miraculous anomaly, but actually an incredibly easy process? That is when the second scenario kicks in, and it is a chilling nightmare. Let's go back to that emergency NASA broadcast from the beginning of this video. If tomorrow we actually find the remains of a microbe, or even the ruins of a dead civilization on another planet, every ounce of hope from that first scenario shatters completely. Because that discovery proves one thing: complex life is not rare at all. This universe was once teeming with creatures clawing their way out of the primordial mud, but they all died before they could reach the stars. That means the great filter is not in our past. It is standing right in front of us. So what exactly is this cosmic executioner? For decades, Hollywood has trained us to imagine our extinction through explosive blockbusters, a global nuclear war scorching the Earth, a runaway climate change collapsing the biosphere, or a super-intelligent AI waking up and wiping humanity off the map. But mathematically speaking, these violent filters have a major flaw. Even if 99% of civilizations nuked themselves into oblivion, there would still be that 1% lucky and cunning enough to survive and expand. But the night sky remains dead silent. This means the filter cannot be a mere accident. It has to be an absolute law, a flawless trap that every intelligent species willingly walks into. And this brings us to the newest and perhaps the most chilling hypothesis proposed by scientists: exodemography, or the cosmic population collapse. Just look at our own human society right now. Whenever a species reaches the pinnacle of technology and safety, Darwin's law of natural selection flips upside down. When natural predators are gone, when modern medicine completely controls mortality rates, and when society advances to a point where education and the cost of living skyrocket, we voluntarily stop reproducing. There's no need for a bloody intergalactic war. These alien empires might not have perished in a sea of fire. They died in a utopia. They achieved a perfect life, extended their lifespans, completely immersed themselves in virtual reality or superintelligence, and simply lost the urge to have children. The generations aged, the population pyramid inverted, the economic systems crumbled, and eventually the last citizen of that brilliant civilization quietly closed their eyes, turning off the final light of their planet. They weren't murdered by the universe, they just faded away into the endless silence. Looking at Earth's current plummeting global birth rates, you have to wonder, have we already taken our first step into that gentle trap? Whether the great filter is safely behind us or patiently waiting ahead, the truth is we are standing at the defining moment of human history. We hold technologies capable of our own destruction, facing severe ecological collapse and a quiet demographic implosion. Billions of alien civilizations might have failed this exact test. The only way out is to stop putting all our eggs in one planetary basket. Expanding and becoming a multi-planetary species isn't some luxurious sci-fi dream. It is the ultimate survival insurance policy we absolutely must buy. If we don't risk stepping into that unknown darkness, we will slowly die in the comforting light of our cradle, Earth. Tonight, when you look up at the starry sky, don't just see its poetic beauty. Remember that its cosmic silence isn't peace. It is the silence of an endless graveyard. Will we be the ones to light up that graveyard, or will we just become the next tombstone? If this shifted your perspective, hit the like button, subscribe to Star Life, and ring the bell.